I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey. 5 questions.
Reintegration, the most dangerous and mysterious process in Severance, now at the heart of Season 2. What was once thought impossible has now become a reality, and Mark S. has taken the most significant step yet in dismantling Lumon Industries' control. But what exactly does reintegration mean? How does it work? And what are the risks that come with merging two fragmented minds into one? Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Today, we're diving deep into the science, risks, and mind-blowing implications of reintegration. If you thought Season 1 left you with questions, buckle up, because things are about to get even more unsettling.
Everything's fine. So I'm supposed to start with just the input survey?
Understanding the severance procedure. To understand reintegration, we first need to examine the severance procedure itself. Lumon Industries has built its power on the ability to split an individual's consciousness into two separate identities. Their innie, who exists solely within the workplace, and their outie, who lives outside it, completely unaware of what happens inside. The procedure is performed by implanting a chip into an employee's brain, which automatically switches personalities based on location. For those who undergo severance, life becomes a compartmentalized existence. An outie who never thinks about work, and an innie who knows nothing of the outside world. The consequences of this technology are profound. It allows Lumon to exert near total control over its employees, effectively creating a workforce of individuals who never have a true sense of autonomy. The innies, trapped in an endless cycle of work, cannot escape unless their outie chooses to resign, a choice they will never make since they have no memory of their time in the office.
I can't imagine Dylan's 4% on Sunset Park's going to help with.
The concept of reintegration. Reintegration is the complete reversal of severance. It fuses the innie and outie into a single, unified consciousness, erasing the barrier created by the severance chip, unlike the overtime contingency protocol, which temporarily awakens an innie outside of Lumon's control. Reintegration is permanent. This means that an employee who undergoes the process gains full awareness of both their lives, effectively becoming a new person, someone who possesses all memories and emotions from both versions of themselves. The first known case of reintegration was Petey, Mark's former co-worker. Petey was able to reintegrate with the help of Dr. Asal Ragabi, a rogue scientist who had defected from Lumon. However, Petey suffered from a devastating condition known as reintegration sickness, a neurological breakdown that led to severe hallucinations, memory lapses, and ultimately his death. His case proved that reintegration was both possible and incredibly dangerous, making it one of Lumon's most tightly guarded secrets.
But what are you doing
Exactly
here?
how the wet fuck do you know where this
Dylan.
office is?
Mark's decision. By the time we reach Severance Season 2, Episode 3, reintegration is no longer just a theory. It has become a necessity. Mark's journey throughout Season 1 was defined by his growing awareness that something was deeply wrong with Lumon. His innie had glimpsed the outside world during the OTC activation, and his outie had begun questioning the nature of his employment. But it was not until Devon, Mark's sister, confirmed that his severed self had desperately tried to reach out that he fully realized the depth of his fractured identity. This led him to Dr. Ragabi, who presented him with the ultimate choice: remain in the dark or undergo reintegration. Unlike Petey's rushed and incomplete reintegration, Ragabi had refined her method. Using a set of oscilloscopes to monitor brain activity, she sought to synchronize the brain waves of Mark's innie and outie, guiding them toward a unified state.
I can't imagine Dylan's 4% on Sunset Park's going to help with.
The process of reintegration. Ragabi's reintegration method relied on a structured neurological process. Mark was strapped to a series of monitors that displayed the distinct brainwave patterns of his two personalities. These waves were initially unaligned, representing the clear separation between his innie and outie. To bridge the gap, Ragabi posed a series of deeply personal questions, each designed to elicit a response from one aspect of his mind while being foreign to the other. When she asked Mark about his mother, his outie could answer easily, but his innie hesitated. Similarly, when questioned about the meaning of MDR, macro data refinement, his outie was clueless while his innie would have understood. These questions forced his brain to reconcile its fragmented selves, gradually pulling them into sync. The final stage of the process involved a rapid flickering between Mark's memories, mirroring the experience Petey endured before his death. However, unlike Petey, Mark's reintegration was guided and controlled, potentially mitigating the risks that had once made the procedure lethal.
What are you doing?
He was coming at you.
Let him out.
Let him out.
Let him out.
What the fuck is he?
The dangers of reintegration. Despite Ray Gabi's improvements, reintegration is not without its dangers. Petey's experience revealed that an unregulated reintegration could result in severe psychological distress. His hallucinations, nosebleeds, and memory distortions suggest that the human brain struggles to adapt to the sudden influx of conflicting memories. If Mark experiences similar symptoms, his reintegration could be just as perilous. Moreover, the implications of a fully reintegrated Mark are staggering. He is now the first known survivor of the procedure, making him the greatest threat Lumon has ever faced. If he retains his innie's knowledge of Lumon's inner workings while possessing his outie's freedom and autonomy, he could single-handedly dismantle the company's control. But this also means that Lumon will stop at nothing to eliminate him.
Look at the badges the Raiders are wearing. That's not indeed.
What this means for Season 2. With Mark's reintegration complete, Season 2 is poised for a radical shift. Previously, the show explored the divide between innies and outies, emphasizing the isolation of severed employees. But now, that divide has been breached. Mark is no longer just an innie or an outie, he is both. This raises crucial questions about identity, agency, and the nature of selfhood in a world where memories can be manipulated at will. One key implication is how reintegration affects Lumon's ability to control its employees. If Mark's mind has truly merged, does that mean he can bypass the location-based activation of the Severance chip? Could he infiltrate Lumon under the guise of an innie while retaining his outie's memories? If so, this would be a game changer in the battle against the company's oppression. Additionally, the lingering mystery of Gemma, Mark's supposedly dead wife, adds another layer to his reintegration. Now that he possesses both his innie's longing for her and his outie's grief, his motivation to uncover the truth has never been stronger. If Gemma is indeed alive and held captive within Lumon, reintegration might be the key to rescuing her.
Open the door!
She's not supposed to do that.
The future of reintegration. Mark's reintegration is just the beginning. If the process is truly successful, it could pave the way for other severed employees to undergo the same transformation. This would spell disaster for Lumon, as it would dismantle the very foundation of their control. But at the same time, the risks remain high. If reintegration sickness is not fully understood, every attempt could lead to devastating consequences. Moreover, the board of Lumon will undoubtedly take extreme measures to suppress this development, whether through force, manipulation, or even attempting to undo Mark's reintegration. They will not allow their greatest secret to be exposed. This means Mark's journey will only grow more perilous as he navigates the consequences of his newfound awareness.
Enough! We decided to send a courier to inform Mr. Milchick of your inquiry.
Our nerdy thoughts. Reintegration is more than just a reversal of Severance. It is a fundamental shift in the power dynamics of Severance. With Mark now holding the knowledge of both his innie and outie, he has become the ultimate weapon against Lumon. But with that power comes unimaginable risks. As Season 2 unfolds, we will see whether reintegration is the key to liberation or a dangerous path toward destruction. One thing is certain, the war against Lumon has entered its most critical phase yet. So what's next for Mark after reintegration? Will he succeed where Petey failed? Or will he suffer the same terrifying side effects? And more importantly, what does this mean for the fight against Lumon? With Mark now holding the full knowledge of both his innie and outie lives, the stakes have never been higher. Severance Season 2 is taking us into uncharted territory, and the battle for identity, control, and free will is just beginning. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Mark's reintegration will work, or is this another Lumon experiment doomed to fail? Drop your theories in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into Severance and beyond.
To start out, who are you?
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.